Welcome to this gentle hip opening yoga stretch filmed in a beautiful vineyard and olive grove in the south of Italy. Today was designed to help you feel at peace, but of course also bring some extra mobility and stretches to your hip and lower back region. You can be any level of experience with yoga. I'll be walking you through every step of the way. So whenever you're ready, just roll out a yoga mat or find a soft space and let's begin. Let's get started today on our back, just laying along our yoga mat. Starting to ground your lower back into the mat beneath you. Maybe you're outside or in your living room, wherever you are, just rolling on that surface, pressing your body down into the ground, and then drawing your knees up towards your chest. Today's all about opening up our hips, of course getting a good stretch, probably a bit of release in your lower back as well. So we're just going to start with a gentle warm-up for the hip joints. Just open those knees out to either side and then draw them back together. So just gently lubricating the hip joint, also really squeezing those knees in towards your chest, which is great to compress the hip flexors, that psoas muscle. One more time this way. Pull the knees in and then let's reverse the motion. So you're gonna open those knees out to either side and then pull them back together. Inhaling and exhale, pull together. Inhale and exhale, circle 2 more times. Inhale, exhale, release. Inhale and exhale, pull the knees closer to you. Let's go into our figure 4 stretch next. So we're gonna drop the right foot down onto your mat and then crossing the left ankle over top of the right knee. Now you can just hang here for your figure 4. That's already deep enough for that left hip. If you wanna deepen the stretch, just lifting the whole thing up off the ground, using your hands to grab the back of the thigh and gently tug it in towards your chest. So let's take a few deep breaths here. Inhale, hold still. On your exhale, tug the whole figure 4 a little closer. Inhale. And exhale, tug it a little closer. Good. Feeling that nice deep opening through the left hip, probably through your lower back a bit as well. A few more deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, gentle tug. One more inhale. And exhale out. Good. Let's release the stretch, taking it right into the other side. So right leg is going to cross over left. Option to keep it here, or if you want to raise the whole thing for a deeper hip stretch. Let's inhale, hold steady. And exhale, feel free and a sigh. Just keep breathing like that, deeply in through your nose. And exhaling out. So gentle yoga like this, especially when we're focusing on our hips, is so lovely not only for the body, but also the mind. So when we breathe like this, we're doing it to clear the mind and to maybe even bring attention to where you're focusing on. So if you want to inhale into that right hip, think of the breath going down to the hip. On the exhale, let the hip release a little bit, draw some space there. One more. And out, good. Let's release the stretch now. Just drawing the knees into the chest once more, curling the head up off the mat. Squeeze everything together. Inhale. And on your exhale, release the feet back down to the mat. Lovely. We're just gonna roll onto one side so you can push yourself up to a seated position here. We're gonna extend the left leg out in front of you and then cross the right foot over top. So from here, then just use your left arm to hug the knee into the chest. I do recommend you try to sit up straight here, no hunching over, and flex that front foot. You can just stay here. For some people, this is already quite a lot in the lower back. If you want a deeper twist, just chinch your fingertips behind you and start to twist from the spine. Let's inhale, try to reach up through that spine. On your exhale, tiny more of a twist. So as you inhale, you fill up. And then as you exhale what you no longer need, you allow that little bit of space to take you further. Good. Inhale. Exhale, release and twist. One more inhale. And exhale, release the whole twist, come back to center. We're gonna just extend both feet out. We're gonna take a quick little forward fold here. It's okay if you need to bend the knees a bit. We wanna try to keep the spine straight, no arching over. That's quite bad for your low back. So try to keep the spine relatively erect. Again, your knees can be bent if your hamstrings don't allow you to keep them flat, that's okay. And then just reaching forward till you feel a gentle stretch on the backs of the legs. So I'm quite flexible, but even for me, if I start to really push this, I start to feel my lower back and my hips in more of a uncomfortable stretching pain, rather than just kind of keeping things where it feels good to make sure my body feels nice after this practice. So just do what you think your body needs, what feels nice. Let's take a few deep breaths here. Inhale through your nose. And just exhale out on a sigh, relax. Inhale. Exhale out. One more, breathe in that Mediterranean air or wherever your happy place is. And exhale out, good. Let's just come back up. We're gonna take that to the other side. So left leg is gonna cross over top of right here, gently tugging the knee into the chest, and we're twisting over top of the left shoulder now. So remember, we're trying to flex the right foot, keeping it erect, and also reaching up through our spine to the sky. Inhale, expand the belly. On your exhale, very gentle spinal twist. Inhale. Exhale, use that release of the breath to twist. Inhale, reach up through the spine. Exhale, twist. We have one more deep inhale. And exhale, release the spinal twist. This time, we're not gonna take that forward fold again. Instead, just cross your legs and crisscross applesauce and come forward onto your hands and your knees, widening your knees to the end of the mat. If your knees ever bother you, just throw a pillow or a blanket underneath them and sitting back into our child's pose. Likewise, if your hips are a little tight or your lower back, if you're not able to settle all the way down to your child's pose, so bum to heels, you can put a bolster, aka like a pillow or something like that, so you can sit back onto that pillow and let it support you. So let's sit back here, if it's comfy for you, resting the forehead down onto your yoga mat. Inhale. Exhale, let the body pull a little closer to the mat. Inhale deeply. Exhale, let gravity gently tug you down to the earth. Inhale. On your exhale, releasing tension in the upper body and the neck and shoulders. We have one more inhale here. On your exhale, letting those hips sink down deeper. Lovely. Slowly peeling yourself up off the mat to a kneeling position. We're going to take a camel pose to stretch through the front of the hips through the psoas muscle. If you spend a lot of time sitting or walking, these tend to tighten up. They definitely do for me. So again, if your knees bother you, feel free to throw something underneath that. First variation of our camel is coming up onto the knees, supporting your lower back, and then just gently pressing the hips forward. Make sure you squeeze the glutes to protect the lower back, and then just trying to take a gentle arc through the spine. So you can see I'm making a very gentle C curve. I'm not only arcing at one spot, like I can feel that if I just throw my hips forward, I'm really only in one vertebra. You want to try to get a nice arc through the whole back. It might help you to think about lifting the chin up and then arcing back. So feeling a nice curve through every bit of your spine. If you want to go a little deeper, maybe come down first just to neutralize. And if you're comfy with full camel, you reach for the backs of the feet. Again, trying to arc through the whole spine, so opening up the chest. It's okay to throw your head back if that feels good on your neck. Let's take 2 deep inhales here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out. Inhale. On your exhale, tuck the chin first wherever you are, bringing the hands to the lower back and settling back down. We're just going to neutralize the spine back down into child's pose. Inhale and exhale out. Let's reach over to the left side of our mat or even off your mat. For me, there's olives everywhere, which is kind of fun. And taking a little bit of a deep breath here into your right side. So we're getting a bit of a lateral stretch. Of course, the hips are working in child's pose, but offers a nice lateral stretch through the rib cage. Inhale to that rib cage, expand. On your exhale, sink down towards the mat, towards the earth. One more inhale. On your exhale, bringing it over to the right side of your mat. I have this beautiful limestone soil I've been learning about on all my agricultural tours, getting all over me. It's great. Inhale, hold. Exhale out. Inhale. And exhale out. Lovely. Let's come back to center. I need to brush off. Not that I'm trying to plug Pulia, which is the region I'm in, but they do have all these caves and really cool soils. So if you need somewhere to visit, this region is absolutely beautiful, obviously. Let's come onto all fours. We're gonna tuck the toes and send the hips back into your first and only downward facing dog today. So depending on your flexibility, or maybe you're just feeling stiff, maybe it's the morning or after a long day, you can keep those knees bent in downward dog. In fact, I honestly sometimes love to do that because it does get that compression in the psoas muscle, and it sometimes allows me to press the hips higher and really open my hips up to the sky. So feel free to keep the knees bent if that feels good. If you want a little more of a hamstring stretch, you can also pedal out the feet to warm up a little bit, just straightening one knee at a time. Wherever you are, knees bent or straight, let's find stillness in our downward facing dog. Press your hands into the mat, into the earth. Spread your toes. Press the feet down. Through that pressure downwards towards the earth, let your hips lift up. Your chest press down to the mat. Good. Let's inhale here. Exhale out on the side. One more inhale. And exhale out. Lovely. Walking the hands back to the feet. Bend those knees as needed. Coming into a forward fold. We're going to bend the hips as far down as you can. Just feeling a nice flexibility in the hips. Extending them back up for 4. So we come down. Inhale. Exhale up for 2. Inhale down for 3. Exhale up. One more down. And up. Let's roll up through the spine. One vertebra at a time. Good job. We're gonna come down into our Malasana squat. So bringing your feet about mat width apart, you can go a little further if you like. Your knees are gonna go right over top of the toes. So whether your hip flexibility is here, knees go over toes, maybe a little more open. Coming down as far as is comfy. Now, some people are really, really tight in this groin area, which is fine. If that's you, maybe use some blocks or a chair or your couch to help hold yourself up to wherever is comfy for you to come down. I'm quite flexible, so I'm gonna come all the way down. Maybe you can too. And placing my elbows on the inside of my thighs, hands in prayer if you aren't supporting yourself with something else. And we can just take a few deep breaths here. Let's inhale, hold. Exhale out. Picture your happy place. Maybe you're here in Pulia with me at this beautiful olive orchard and vineyard, breathing in that cool Mediterranean air. Exhale out. Inhale the beauty of this earth, your happy place. And on your exhale, planting the hands on the floor, or if you have a chair or something like that, we're gonna extend the hips up with the toes pointed out. And if you can't quite straighten the knees, that's okay. You can also bring your hands up onto the thighs to support. Just working on trying to straighten those legs, stretching a different part of the muscles down the backs of your legs. And then heel toeing together. I need to brush the soil off my tutters. Until your feet have come together and forward fold. Let's take a big stretch here. Again, you can bend your knees as needed. We're going to open the right arm up to the sky. I'd recommend you straighten the right knee. So the same arm that's up, that leg is straight. Coming into a twisted forward fold. Let's inhale, open up, reach up that arm. And exhale, drop it down. We're gonna take this a few times. It is beautiful for those lower back muscles and everything that scoops from the back to the front. Bringing it down into forward fold, bend your knees as needed. Straighten the left knee, reach up the left hand, inhale. Exhale, hold, inhale. And exhale, hold. If you're struggling with this, we're gonna go back to the right side. You can also support yourself just on the top of the leg, so you don't have to go quite so far over. On your next exhale, let's switch. On your inhale, we come up. On your exhale, we switch. Inhale, reach the right arm up. And exhale, switch. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, switch. One more time, inhale, right arm up. Exhale, switch. Last one here on the left. And down. Beautiful. Walking the hands out into a downward facing dog. You can step those feet a little further apart as is comfy. Let's first inhale in our downward facing dog. On our exhale, we're gonna reach the right foot up to the sky in three-legged dog. It's okay if that right knee is bent. In fact, we're actually gonna bend it on purpose and start to open that hip up to the sky. So we're just rotating from the hips, probably getting a nice groin stretch here. Then squaring the hips back off, meaning both hip bones face the mat. We're gonna take our other figure four stretch again, just a different variation. So cross the right ankle over top of the left thigh, so it's right above the left knee. Then planting the right toes, your left toes can also stay planted. Dropping both knees towards the mat and sitting back. So it's like a mixture of a pigeon pose here with the figure four, but also almost like a child's pose as you send the hips back down towards your heel. So just finding a comfy resting spot here. Let's take a few deep breaths. If this one is a little challenging for you, feel free to bring the arms a little more underneath to better support yourself. Inhale, hold. Exhale, sink a little further. Inhale, hold. Exhale, sink it down. One more inhale. On your exhale, just rolling forward and stepping right back into downward facing dog. Let's take it to the other side. Inhale, left leg reaches up to the sky, bending your left knee, and then shifting so your hips open up to the left side. You're having a nice groin stretch here, a little opening of the hip. Then we're just gonna square the hips back off to the mat and cross the left ankle over top of the right thigh. Planting your left toes to the mat. So again, both sets of toes, all 10, are on your yoga mat, dropping that right knee, and then sitting the bum back towards the heel. This side is so much tighter for me, especially after walking around all these beautiful Italian villages and mountains. Taking a few final deep breaths in this position. Inhale, hold. Exhale, settle it back, pulling your bum down to the mat. Good. Inhale, breathe deeply into those hips. Exhale out. One more inhale. On your exhale, shifting forward, we're gonna come into a very quick plank position, dropping your knees. Let's take a little chaturanga variation. So just slowly lowering your chest down to the mat. We're gonna stretch out the front of the hips again, coming into a cobra, and releasing the chest back down to the mat. Good, let's reverse the whole thing, planting your palms, lifting the upper body off the mat, tucking your toes, sending your hips up, and then walking your hands back towards your feet for forward fold the back of your mat. Release the head and neck fully, bend your knees, roll up to the count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely work. We're gonna take 2 more poses, 2 standing asanas here just to play with your balance. Plant the left foot. We're gonna reach the right knee up and then crossing the ankle for our final variation of pigeon pose, a standing figure 4. If this one's tricky for you, feel free again to hold onto a wall or a chair. Excellent use of our balance, a bit of core strength here to keep it engaged. And let's just breathe. Inhale. Exhale, maybe sink a little further. Inhale, think about breathing up from the ground through the foot all the way to the crown. And exhale out. One more inhale. And exhale, let's just come to standing and take our last asana to the other side. Inhale, left knee comes up, crossing that ankle over top of the right foot. Hands coming into prayer. Inhale, hold. And exhale out. Inhale, breathe up from the earth all the way up to the crown of your head, and then sink back down on the exhale. Good, last one, inhale. I fell out. It's okay if you fall out too. And coming back into our final standing position here. Let's just sit on down into any cross-legged position that works for you. Maybe that's crisscross applesauce, a half or a full lotus. We're just gonna reach that left arm all the way over for a nice lateral stretch. And exhale, let's take it to the other side. And release, beautiful. Coming into our 2 final deep breaths, reaching the palms up to the sky, inhale. Exhale, draw that energy down to your center. And one more time, inhale, reach up. And exhale, draw the hands down through center. Thank you so much for joining me today to stretch and open your hips and also enjoy the beautiful nature that is the south of Italy. Absolutely love filming yoga classes like this for you that connect us with the wonderful world, the wonderful earth. So if this resonates with you, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm also on TikTok and Instagram. Bye for now.